Toastmasters and guests, please will you welcome Stephen Walker with his speech titled Little White Dove. Little White Dove, Stephen Walker.
Tonight I would like to speak about one of my favourite subjects, girls. Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, specifically I'm going to talk about one girl, my daughter. But we're going to have, well, she's so old, she's 34 years old, and we're going to cover quite a bit of territory. It was back in before we even go there, let me ask a question. We've all been a child at some time. Who has got a toy from their very infant years, way back for a year or two? 2 takers? 3? Ah, that's very good. I wonder what sort of condition they're in, because you know what kids are like, don't you? You get a toy and you get a, well, for a girl, a doll, the arms can come off, the eyes can be poked in, and the plaits can be pulled out. Well, it's endless. Back in 1979, I went to North America to visit some friends. And of course, as any responsible dad would do, you would buy gifts for the children whilst you're away. As soon as you get home, the first thing that you do is give the kids a gift. Kiss them, cuddle, and a gift. Well, that's what I did. I lived with my daughter when she was an infant, and that's a good thing. As it turns out, I live with my daughter now as well, and have done for the last 3 years. But my daughter and I moved from Mentone all the way to Cheltenham just a few months ago. And you know what it's like when you move. You can't find anything for a couple of weeks. Now, one day I was there on my own and I thought, I better do something about making lunch. So I was in the kitchen and opening boxes. Well, one thing I've discovered, even at my age, you still learn things. You don't open boxes unless you know what's inside it. I thought I knew my daughter, and well, that box shouldn't have been in the kitchen, I thought. Now, just while we talk about my daughter, we better just demonstrate who we're talking about. So I'll just pass this photograph around. This is a little cute girl from way back yonder. Girls are always so cute when they're little, aren't they? Why do they change? Of course, they do change, and for the better, I might add, and it just continues to get better and better. Well, I've discovered that this box that I opened in the kitchen was best left closed. So I closed it and made other arrangements. But let's go back to the toys. When I was a child, in the late 1950s, I have distinct memories of going into Newcastle on the bus from the suburbs, and walking to my gran. My gran lived in the city of Newcastle, just 1 block away from the shops. One of the shops we had in those days, in the late 1950s, was a doll's hospital. Does anyone remember a doll's hospital? Yeah. You'd never see a doll's hospital anymore. We've come to a society, we've moved to a stage now where you just, once the doll's lost her arm or had her eye poked in, just throw it away, just get another one made in China. But in those days, of course they weren't made in China. They were quality dolls, and if the doll lost an arm, you took it to the hospital. And the doll doctor would repair it. Oh, it was a great thing. Well, we'll get to the stage where we'll see a little bit more about these toys and what kids do to toys. I've got to own up to the fact that I don't have any toys from when I was 2 years of age. But there's my daughter. Everyone's seen her now. She's grown since then. And she still has the same way of treating things as what she did in those days. Times haven't changed much for my daughter. So what I thought tonight I would do get to the stage where, and I just wonder, are you able to cope with seeing what a toy would look like after 32 years?